Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Today, a couple of things. We are clearly very close, playing around still with my setup here. So we'll see how this goes. And secondly, I finally picked up some Beauty Bay products, which we are going to try. So before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads. And if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go play. So when I said I'm trying a new setup, my monitor is directly in front of me, like a ruler length away. And my camera is sitting on top of my monitor on a monitor shelf. My mirror is just to the side of it, but what it means is I am looking at my big muggins directly below the camera, life size. It's a little bit weird. So, anywho, I digress. So another Australian YouTuber, one that is based over in WA, James Bake, and I will link him down below, who does beautiful, if you like, colourful, distinct eye makeup. James is a bit of a master with it. He really loves the Beauty Bay formula, and I was watching one of his videos a few weeks back and it finally made me pull the pin. I sent him a few messages going, oh, he tagged me actually. I'd said I'd wanted to try them and he tagged me in their sale. So they were having a sale and I picked up 4 things. So what did I pick up? And I sent him a message going, if I become addicted to these, it's all your fault. So I picked up 3 eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the 16 colour Smoky, which I know that he loves. And I really picked it up because I wanted to compare it to the Natasha Denona Xenon, and in particular, Jeffree Star bought out, was it cremated during COVID? Not problematic at all. He bought out that palette, and obviously, look, I used to buy Jeffree's palettes, and to be honest, I still have them because I spent the money on them. There's no point getting rid of them, but I do not use them on here. But I did, they were really good quality, so I did want to compare them. I also picked up the neutral palette, a 9 pan that is all mattes to try the quality of. I picked up, I think this is it's a newer one, the Daydreamer palette. And that might be what we end up using today. I'm not sure yet. And lastly, I picked up, I have the Makeup Forever HD face palette. The one that has the concealer, like the first type that they bought out. And Beauty Bay has, for considerably less dollars, the Make Face Multi-Use Complexion palette. So I wanted to try this today. Hence, we are juiced up, sunscreen, primed. So I thought I would start there, and once I've done my base, then I will think about what eyeshadow palette I'm going to use. Now I need to put my glasses on so I can read this and work out where we are. So with this, we have, let me go through this. We have CC1, which corrects and covers dullness. I'm hoping the camera, I just need to move, I've got my mirror. I've got my mirror just here. Let's pull this off. This just peels straight off. So we have here CC1 corrects and covers dullness. B1 neutralizes under eyes and brightens. C1 conceals, camouflages and corrects, as does C2, as does C3. Then we have P1, which blurs and combats shine. I thought one of these was a powder. Aha! Sorry, this is the concealer as well, and this is P1. Sorry, this is P1, which is the powder. Sorry, I'm a bit back to front here looking at my monitor. Then on this side, we have Cold Brew, which sculpts and adds natural shadow and definition. Teak adds warmth and blurs the skin. The bottom is Waffle, which adds warmth and blurs the skin as well. Up the top we have Halo, illuminates the high points of the face. Mochi, which is a matte blush, and Peony, which adds a dewy, like a blush lighter, I guess. So the difference with this is that there is one powder product in it. It does feel a bit more, I'll have to do a side by side after to see how I feel about the products. So I'm going to start with B1, which essentially is like a colour corrector for under the eyes. So to lighten up. Now, bearing in mind this is a cream, like it's like a pot concealer, the products in here. So I don't know how they're going to be to work with all over the face, but that's definitely neutralised under the eyes, and it's just made my eyes essentially this under there the same colour as the rest of my face. Now I think I will go in with C1, which is the lightest concealer. We'll start with that. I'm just using the Home Beauty, what brush number is this? The 2 brush. Okay. Oh, she's definitely lightening up under the eyes. Right, look at that. So just a little bit where I want to sort of flatten out my skin. And let's have a look. Just, I've got a few. Right. So now what I will do is for the rest of my face. Okay, going now in with C2, as I think that'll be the closest to my colouring. Just working that brush in there. And you can see, so I'm just placing it over my face before, because of the type of product this is, you buff it in. And in fact, you probably don't end up using as much as you think you would need to. Back in. So this is all designed to blur and brighten, and you can see I'm glowy, as in the light bounces off my pasty pale face. Now I need a bit of extra coverage there. So let's just stamp that first. I would say you could probably use a sponge on this. It does feel a little bit sort of heavy, like I'm very aware I've got it on my face. But some full coverage foundations feel like that. These are great for traveling, to be quite honest. Like when you don't want to have to take too much with you. It's not too heavy. So, how are we looking? There's a little bit there. I feel like I'm having to work it a bit. Now, I've just gone into that C one, the lighter one there. Okay. It does, I mean, it's blended out pretty okay. So, I'm not going to set it yet because we've got so many cream products in here. So we'll do everything, and then I think I will just do a light finishing powder over the top of it all. So these three here, these three here are your, they all look very warm, don't they? Your bronzing products. 1, 2, 3. I think the top one is the coolest toned one of them. So I'm going to go in with Cold Brew, which is the top one to start with. Just working it into there to get an even coverage. And stamping. This is pretty neutral compared to the others from how it looks, but I mean, which is good. I'm pretty pale. I think this is the light to medium maybe, and they have a dark or deep. You would want to hope they have a deep, because otherwise, okay. Bringing that down a bit into the contour area. I feel like I'm looking a little bit muddy, possibly. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that. I'll go into this just to see what it does under the jaw to start. Oh, that's very, like that, you can see here, it's so warm. So I'm just taking my brush that had the colour that I used all over my face and just buffing into that. Here's what's remaining on here. On my cheeks, and just on my nose here. Really not sure about this. I would say how it's feeling on my face. I haven't used my Makeup for Everyone in a little while, but I probably prefer how that one looks, to be quite honest. Let's go in now with the matte blush. I mean, that is pigmented. Working it into the back of my hand so that it doesn't go patchy. And now that shade is nice. I quite like that. And on this side, a bit more. Okay. Righty-ho. Now going into the highlighter, the Radiant side. So can you just see I'll tap that over. So that's given, yeah, so you can see this side is looking a bit more matte, and then as soon as we go to this side you can see that radiance. See how that's glowing now? Right. Now going into the highlighter of this, working the brush into it. Just worked it a little bit onto the back of my hand. Now, I'm not sure if I want to set this after. I do like to set it in some way, shape or form. I don't feel done, to be quite honest, if I haven't done it. But it will be a very, very light dusting of a luminous powder to keep that. So we're looking okay. I'm not wowed because I don't want to set it down too much. I'm just going in with an old Hourglass palette and using their finishing powder. So hopefully that by the time we have finished our whole look, we've got the melt down into the skin, because the ambient lights from Hourglass really, I think, take a good 15 minutes to settle down and do their magic. But this is just enough to hold everything in place. Well, what I'm going to do now is prime my eyes, do my brows, and I'll be right back. So I am going to go in, I think, with the Daydreamer palette. The neutral I'll play around with at some stage, probably not on the channel. The smoky, I will do a comparison at some stage, but this gives me a variety so I can test the mattes and the mattes and the shimmers, because like, how pretty are they? I think this is a duochrome, so this is purple. You see it shifts green, so we might play around here today just based on that. Oh no! So I think we'll start in this shade here. Can I read them? It's back to front, and my eyes cannot read them because I'm blind as a bat. And you all know that. Okay, this doesn't seem to have much kick up and fallout, which is great on the mattes straight away. Oh, they're quite buttery too. So the good thing with Beauty Bay is they have regular sales. They also sell a lot of other brands on their website as well, not just Beauty Bay. And they have, you've seen I've got 3 palettes. They have palettes that are bigger than this if you haven't tried them before. They're quite affordable, and they quite often do bundles. Like if you want big giant palettes that cover every colour you can think of, they've got it. So that's just a slight wash of colour there. I might go into this shade up the top here, and just, it's got a mirror in there. Okay. Ooh. You see, if I do directly in front, you're not going to see anything. So just neutralising that sort of pinky a little bit with this. Now let's get into actually building a little bit of colour. going into down here, even that's, oh, that's nice. Okay, through, this is sort of our transition now, and it's a cool tone, sort of taupey colour. Just circling that up and out. And on this side as well. Oh, there's a, I've hit a spot underneath my eyelid that's just made my eye itchy. Oh my God. It's like there's a nerve or a blood vessel or something right there. Working this back and forth. So this is quite a soft palette, as you can see. I'm going to grab one of the darker browns out of here just because I want to add a little bit of depth. What's the difference? They're muchness. So let's go into this brown and just tuck in the outer corner. And that's really pigmented. That's probably what this palette, the purple's quite deep, but it doesn't have a super deep brown to use in there. If you hear noises in the background, it is football day. We've just, well, not we. Phil's just picked up Samuel from his girlfriend's place. He's come home and he's about to go on a feeding frenzy, I would say. Okay. That's what I wanted, just that little bit extra depth. Because we know that's what I like to work with. Oh, let's going into this here. Just playing. Just bringing it across the lid. Nothing other than to just take or set down, essentially. Not doing too much there. Now I want to swipe some of these shimmers. So we've got, I mean, how pretty are they? Let's go into this purple. And like, that's intense. And then go back into, I mean, that is stunning. Oh, come on. Gorgeous. And this one down the bottom. They're all gorgeous. They are all really, really nice. But we are using that. We are using that. So let's just tap this mermaidy colour across. We may go into others in a minute. Can you see the shift in that? Not sure where I'm going there, which is why you can see I haven't gone all the way in and I've not gone quite all the way out. Okay, I'm just going to add this one down the bottom here, just in that area there. Then just ducking back into that brown a little bit. Just tickling ever so gently, ever so gently. My fingers are trashed. Trashed, I say, trashed. Going into this pink here, or rose, just bring along the edge there. We might go into this sort of pinky and just bring that across. Same on this side. And I want to go even lighter. I'm upside down now. And use that. You know what? Do what I do best and stick my fingers in. That's what I want. It's got a slight pink pull to it. Now, just using the brush to get that blend happening. I'm not sure about the mirror being over there quite so much. I need it more in front of me so that I'm more looking at the camera. Work in progress. We will get there. I don't know. I think I expected a little bit more from this palette because it's really pretty. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Let's go under the eyes. Let's try this purple. And just stamp it along. And the same on this side. That's creasing under my eye. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. Just above here where it's creasing in my creases. That's okay. That's okay. Because we're about to fix that. Now, to blend it out, I'm going into this light lilac underneath to try and soften that purple. You can see that's working. Purple is, as I've mentioned before, one of the hardest shades to formulate. I've got a feeling we're going out. It's Saturday as I film, so we will head off after to Samuel's football game outside, and I've got a feeling that this might not hold up the best under sunglasses and the elements. But I haven't set my face with the spray yet, so we will see. Okay, she's a little dreamy-ish. Can you tell I'm still not sure? What I'm going to do now is set down my face, do my lips, put some mascara on, do something with my hair, and I'll be right back. Right, so we are back, and I think the eyeshadow is okay. I think the mascara, putting mascara on, has saved this, which it does with a lot of looks. The skin is looking very skin-like. It's just a my skin, but better at this point in time. However, it's got a nice natural glow to it. I don't know how it's going to wear. So what I'm going to do is I will check back in at the end of the day once we are home to see if I am a hot mess. I've still got to fix something up with this. I've got to get it right. That's sort of where I probably need to be sitting. I'll check in with you after.